Hey, it is the greatest day of the year. Well, of the week. Let's be honest, the week. We have on Red Zone, Tennessee's up 17-3, Colts up 17-10. Mike Tomlin has never lost to a quarterback making his first start. They're down 7-3. They had 165 yards of offense their first 4 drives, the Steelers, and 3 points. The Michigan did not know that is a huge rivalry. Gumbo Chef told me that. Saints are down 14-9 to the Falcons, and Jesse Bates had a pick 6. 13-7 Jags over my quarterback, C.J. Stroud. Tank Dell has scored in 4 straight games. Giants are up 7-0. DeVito, 6 touchdowns and 1 interception. Isaiah Hodgins had the only touchdown. The late game today, Bills at Eagles. Jalen Hurts, 113.7 passer rating since week 7. Third among quarterbacks. They are 1-2 in touchdown passes. And someone put, Lucas is excited for a great Sunday of watching Scott Hansen on the NFL Red Zone. Happy Thanksgiving to the NFL Red Zone team. We are thankful for you. Let me be honest. Lucas looks like he's about 8 years old. That's a very big child. That's a big kid. And they have the countdown up. And, yeah, it's a great day. I actually have a picture up. Blake Corum got it through Michigan today. Blake Corum, 22 touchdowns this season. Michigan State as a team, 22 touchdown passes. And next week, and thank you for Milton yesterday. Milton, that was great. Yeah, Jake Browning just threw a catch. Who is that? Yeah, that's Jamar Chase. Caught a tip ball, and they have the only touchdown of the first half. Jake Browning, getting it done. Little tight end touchdown. Knocked over his own player. Isaiah Simmons had an interception. Mac Jones, Broccoli Rob just sent me a text saying that Mac Jones is the worst quarterback in football. And, of course, okay, Kenny Pickett. Oh, but I don't see anything from Pickens, who is I switched for Tyler Boyd. So it looks like neither of those guys are doing shit today for me. I don't think I'm winning this week again. I kept going between Pickens and Tyler Boyd. It kept going back and forth. And lo and behold, it didn't work out. But that's for another day. And, yeah, so he sent me Mac Jones, worst quarterback in the NFL. He threw an interception. Isaiah Simmons would have got a pick 6, but his own guy blocked him, and that was the end of that. But, yeah, football today, baby. We had football yesterday. Milton was on. Florida pulled it out. Florida State pulled it out on Florida. We have I got to check the top 25, AP top, actually that should be up by now. I just realized that. I got to check that out. The AP top 25 should be up and at 'em. And I was like, oh, wait, I got to check but the coaches poll had Georgia, which has won a record 29 straight SEC games. Michigan 2. Was it Washington 3, Florida State 4, Oregon 5, Ohio State 6. On the phone. Oh, wait, what happened? Oh, crap. What happened? Josh's COVID, wife COVID, dad COVID. They all came for Thanksgiving. Oh, shit. Everybody got COVID, but you don't have COVID. All right, dude. My mom had it. It sucks. I'm not going to lie to you. It's not good. Yeah, it is no bueno. It is not good. So the whole family got COVID? Yeesh. Not good. No. We do not like the COVID. COVID not good for anybody. I'm trying to find. There I am. Let's see if we can find the AP top 25 college football poll 12 minutes ago. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happened. We have Georgia, Michigan, Washington went up 1 spot. So did Michigan. Florida State up 1 to 4. 5, Oregon up 1. The dump fell 4 spots to 6. Texas 7. Hal thinks that they could jump and get into the playoff. A lot of teams got to lose going forward. And they have to beat Oklahoma State, which is nothing's a given. You're in championship game week coming up. A lot of things changed on that front. Bama's 8 after the 4th and 31 miracle against. So Auburn loses 31-10 at home to New Mexico State, which is playing Liberty for the Conference USA Championship game this coming week. So let's not denigrate the win they got at Jordan-Hare Stadium. They got the win and they lost that one. And you know that what they could have done at the end, he could have just Auburn on that last play should have just pushed him out of bounds and got another play, and then they would have put everybody back. They would have needed a touchdown to win the game. But they didn't. Missouri 9 up 1. Don't care about that. Penn State up. Penn State is not the 10th best team in the country. Ole Miss, second 10-win season under Lane Kiffin. Then Oklahoma is 12 up 1. LSU 13. Jaden Daniels? Is it Jaden? Not Jaden McDaniels. I always get his name confused. But he to me is the guy who should get the Heisman this year. I'm trying to find his information. Yeah, Jaden Daniels. Jaden Daniels. How many wins would LSU have if they didn't have him as quarterback? I mean, 50 total touchdowns, 5,000 yards of offense. He's got all done. They moved up on Arizona, 59-23 over Arizona State, one of their biggest wins of the season. And Big S has to be ecstatic about them. They're 14th in the country. Louisville dropped 6, lost for the 5th straight year. Brandon has to be ecstatic to Kentucky, 38-31. Notre Dame sent Stanford to a 0-7 home regular season, 3-9. Man, talk about a team that's dropped. But Notre Dame could play LSU, which they have a 7-5 edge in 12 matchups so far in a bowl game. Tulane host SMU in the American Athletic Conference championship game. They beat UTSA on Friday. Michigan is a 22-point favorite, and the over-under is 35, which means that they are saying that Iowa's going to score 6.5 points. They're giving them 6.5 points to score in the game, which is kind of scary against Michigan this coming. Michigan should destroy them. But, they play the games, but I don't think Iowa has a shot in hell. They have no offense whatsoever. Oklahoma State moved up 2-19 after winning in double overtime over BYU. Liberty, one of the easiest schedules. They're 12-0. They're 20th. North Carolina State beat North Carolina for the 3rd straight year in a row. They're 9-3. Oregon got blown out by Oregon in the Civil War, 31-7. So they dropped to 21-6 spots. Toledo won Central Michigan the other day. They're 11-1, and they have to play in the MAC championship game. James Madison is bowl bound. So is Jacksonville State. That is awesome. They're 11-1. They can't play in the Sun Belt Championship game because they've only, this is only second year in the FBS. So it's going to be Troy 10-2 against 8-4 Appalachian State, which is bullshit. It should be James Madison, and 25 SMU. So you have 2 teams from the AAC in the top 25. How about that? Tulane 17th in the country. So it looks like Tulane should be favored in that game. And they did lose to Ole Miss without Pratt at quarterback this year, so that should be interesting. But we shall see what happens. A lot of exciting football to be watched and exciting. No COVID for me and the girls at the moment, which means if it's passing around like that, it looks like, so there's symptoms. You're telling me family has symptoms. Listen, I got it twice. It sucks. It sucks. There's no two ways around it. Talked about the coaches poll. Yeah, I don't know, 6.5. And this was from Don James. Michigan is now under NCAA investigation for stealing OSU's soul. I had a great time with Milton. Milton, you were great. We're going to spread it around. A lot of people watching on YouTube. JD Talkin Sports. Drop the G on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, YouTube, TikTok. Subscribe on iTunes. Rate me on iTunes. Twitter, Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok. I'm everywhere. And, enjoyed that. He'll come on again. We'll do a show with him. They said there's going to be a mutual parting of ways between Brian Dable and Wink Martindale. They're not getting along, not in a bad place between the two of them. Giants are up 7-0 to start the second half on the Patriots, who just kicked the ball. You can't kick the ball out of bounds, dude. You just can't. So we're going to see, is it going to be Bailey Zappi? It is Bailey Zappi to start the second half. Mac Jones benched again, who they said had a better week in practice, means jack shit once it comes to the games. And now it's the Bailey Zappi show for the Patriots, down 7-0, and there's a lot of empty seats. No Dexter Lawrence today. Giants and Pats are the two lowest scoring NFL teams right now. The Jets are 30th with 14.8. The Pats are 31st, 14.1, and the Giants are 13.5, and right now they're not helping each other out. They're not at all. Yeah. And Will Manso said watching this game is the equivalent of taking 5 melatonin gummies. I do not disagree on that front. I think, yeah, it's a tough game to watch. It's a tough game to watch. So Rodgers has 60, they keep talking about the Jets. I mean, we can talk about the Jets from now. Jamar Chase just had a great catch. $66 million in dead cap next year, $49 million in 2025. Adam Shane says, it's a disgrace to the fans. I don't disagree. Get rid of Wilson. They could have done it at the end of last year. And, they left themselves for another year. And Playing Like a Jet does a podcast, and they felt, he felt that Zach Wilson, more mobility, elite arm, more mobility than Simeon and Boyle, who's starting against the Falcons next weekend. I'm going with Jay. Jay, happy birthday today. Happy 21st. You can finally drink. Salas said the Fail Mary was just an unfortunate play. Dude, I can't have the unfortunate play. Mac Jones looks like he's going to cry on the sidelines. He also, Wilson, elite arm talent and mobility. Boyle and Simeon it doesn't matter. He doesn't use it. He's petrified in the pocket. I don't think it, He says Zach's physical gifts give a puncher's chance. Sure. Have you watched any of the games? When you polish a turd, it's still a turd. Have we watched any of the games last couple weeks? He has done nothing to show me that he gives them a puncher's chance. A puncher's chance of what? Of scoring 14 points in a game? Let's cut the bullshit. He didn't, you know what? They don't have anybody at quarterback. Boyle's not the answer. Boyle looked terrible on Friday. Yeah, but Salas says that Tim Boyle battled out there. Yeah, sure thing. He battled. Sure thing. Yeah, he battled. Yeah, he battled nothing. He was battling balls up and down in the air, like playing some bongo drums. He sucks. Yeah. Hey, Browning today for the Bengals, 13 completions to 9 different receivers, and Pittsburgh in a game they should win. And as I said that, he just threw an interception. So right then and there, an interception. And, of course, they got to run down the field and do their little dance and, go crazy. Yeah, Browning was like, I shouldn't have had that throw. He has a lot of confidence, but these guys are out of control, man. It's just like they're a bunch of little children. So who had a interception? Thompson. He's number 17, my favorite number. Yeah, good for them. Yes. Giants, how about this? Giants +3 in takeaways going into today. 16 takeaways, 13 giveaways. Today, I think they already have 2 interceptions, so that up in that number. The Jets are -1 since he's not the same without Burrow. Obviously. Come on, Josh. Obviously. Come on. It's not even the same team. Come on, my man. Don't tease me like that. Yeah, so the Jets are 19 takeaways, 20 giveaways, -1, which says a lot because they're 4-7. Alan Lazard, $10 million guaranteed next year. They're $22 million the first 2 years. Talk about a free agent signing, and he was a healthy scratch. And Israel Abanaconda, long way to go as blocker blitz protector, says one Robert Saleh. Dude, you are not doing anything on offense. He's getting sacked every other play anyway. So what's the big deal? So what, Abanaconda can't play at all? Are you kidding me? Are you trying to win games? Oh, he's not there yet. He's not a blocker. Dude, nobody's blocking. Boyle got sacked 7 times last game. The guys you went in weren't doing anything. Breece Hall, 177 yards versus the Broncos, and since then, in 6 total games, he's had like 182 yards. And he wants to be more grimy. That's what Salas says. Not hitting the holes, trying to do too much. They've had 8 different. Oh, Bijan Robinson just had a nice run. They've had like 8 different offensive line combinations this season. I think they've used 12 different offensive linemen have had at least 1 snap this year. You're not winning a lot of games with that. If you're bringing in guys off basically the street, then, bad things only can happen going forward. I mean, let's be honest here. Come on. Not good. No bueno. Yeah, okay, so. But, Josh got a lot going on, and he's listening to shows, so you got to give Josh a lot of props for that one. Yeah, offensive line for the Jets, league high, 12 linemen, total of 13 played at least 1 snap, 8 combos in 11 games. New combination. So you've had a different line in 6 straight games. Right guard 6. Well, Vera Tucker got injured. Last year, 11 different linemen, 12 seeking action. That was last year on the season. 11 different linemen, 12. You're 11 games in and you've had 12 linemen, 13 at least once in 11 games. That's not good. That's not good. Yeah. So yeah, Breece Hall, 182 yards, 6 games. I would say not getting it done. But be more grimy. Robert Salas says, be more grimy. Dude, you have so many holes to fill that who knows if you guys are going to be around at the end of the season. And then again, and who you're bringing in? Maybe you'll give Harbaugh the whole thing, the whole enchilada. That's what Broccoli Rob would like. He'd like Harbaugh to get the whole thing, which I think could happen. It could happen. Harbaugh could say, I'm done. I'm moving on. I'm going somewhere else. I'm out. They could have all these injuries and whatnot. Aaron still leads this team. Dude, maybe. Not if he's getting sacked 60 times during the season. I don't know about that. Yeah, I definitely think 4 wins this season, at least 3 more wins with him at quarterback. So, yes. I mean, I'd like to see, but it's all a lot of what ifs. And is he going to come back? He keeps saying he's going to come back. I mean, we're going to see what happens. So, Burrow is having wrist surgery, full recovery by 2024. So, they're comparing it to Andrew Luck, who retired at 29, 115 sacks in 55 games. Burrow has only been sacked 158 times in 52 games. 2 season-ending injuries in 4 seasons. Thank you, Dov Kleiman. And they were doing they thought that they were hiding stuff in the injury report, but he was deemed healthy prior to the Ravens game, which didn't end that way. So, yeah, I mean, Burrow, 2 seasons out of 4 shut down for the year. I mean, it's scary shit. Football's a tough sport. It's a very tough sport. Yeah, we got Josh Allen, 29 touchdown passes going against number 2 Hurts with 24. Thank you, Jeff Kerr. Texans, day 2 of the draft from JPA Football said C.J. Stroud was asked who he'd want as he'd recommend for a wide receiver. He said Tank Dell. Well, he was a 3rd-round pick, 69th overall out of Houston. Going into today, 42 catches, 659 yards, 6 touchdowns. Yes, he's a million times better. Okay, so I want to see what Josh said. He's a billion times better pre-snap protections, routes on coverage, motion. It's a completely different look. Again, no matter the injuries. Yeah, but if this many people on the line, I don't know if I'm agreeing with you. I think this team has a lot of problems. Hackett hasn't shown me Hackett isn't showing me anything right now with the play calling. So, I mean, I kind of hear what you're saying, but I kind of see like a lot of shit happening that's not good. Oh, and the Patriots score. We have a 7. Bailey Zappi came in and they just get a touchdown. Ramondre Stevenson. Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but a lot of problems. A lot of holes. And it's all what if. I mean, it's all like, dude, he went out the 4th snap of the season. But they shouldn't have had a drop-off as much. I mean, but then again, Zach Wilson is that much of a drop-off. And that's why playing like a Jet, I totally disagree with you. That, he's gives them a fighting chance. Hackett needs Aaron. Yeah. But then why can't he do the job with, if he's in the NFL, he should make it work with whoever he has. He really should. If they're that good, you got to make it work. There's teams that make it work with backup quarterbacks that are playing. You look, Baker Mayfield, I mean, there's teams playing. I mean, Kenny Pickett, listen, I watch him play. He throws a lot of shitty passes, a lot of off. I mean, he's 50 today. He's actually having a good day. 15 to 22, $170. He had 106 all last week, so that's better. But I don't know. There's a lot of problems there, dude. It's a mess. They're a mess. I mean, we're just the what if thing to me is just with the Jets. Yes, if he was back, but why isn't Hackett doing it right now? It's like. They're back in time. I mean, there's nothing going on there. Nobody can get, he doesn't have guys getting separation. He has, someone was saying that they should play in the Wildcat. Who's the guy that they brought over from the Packers? Who's been a healthy scratch the last couple games? I'm blanking on his name. Who's the guy with those, they brought over from the Packers? Not Lazard. Yeah. If you're Zach Wilson, you can't do shit. Well, the Jets, they brought in that guy to come in with from Green Bay with Lazard, and there was the other guy whose name I'm blanking on. I see his face. I just can't remember his goddamn. I always blank on his name, and he's not even playing. So they said, put him in the Wildcat. Let him run the Wildcat right now. You got a better chance. Yeah. Tim Boyle trash. They should have got Dobbs. You know what? But they didn't. They didn't. The powers of B said that Zach Wilson, once he went to give us the best chance to win. He had 6 touchdowns, 7 interceptions last year. What did he show you last year that he gave us the best chance to win? And then they just keep sticking with him. And then they bring in Tim Boyle, who hasn't done shit as a professional. I don't even know how he's been in the league this long. They said he works his ass off, but he doesn't have the physical skills. And Trevor Siemian, I remember he came in the year after Peyton Manning retired, had some, played a lot of games, had a pretty good season. And that was the end of Trevor Siemian. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to, No, but dude, who is the guy? Who is the wide receiver they brought in from the Packers? The guy with the blue eyes, the older guy. He's been playing in the league for like 10 years. He's been a healthy scratch. He's one of the worst wide receivers this year in the NFL. You got to help me out here, Josh. Who's the other wide receiver? I'm asking you. Yeah, Salah was not convinced in saying that. Randall Cobb. Yes, Randall Cobb. That's another guy. I mean, nobody can get open. They started Brownlee and Gibson last week over Lazard and Randall Cobb. I mean, they started 2 undrafted free agents. But is it because is Hackett not opening up the field because nobody can get open except Garrett Wilson, who had 7 catches for 44 yards? That's your number one receiver. Basically, they have to dink and dunk to get him the ball because everybody knows the ball's going to him. I mean, it's scary. And you're telling me that things would have been better with Aaron Rodgers right now? It looked good in preseason, but it all went to shit once the season started. I mean, guys weren't getting open. Nobody making catches. Lazard's been a bust. Cobb's been a bust. Ruckert's, I mean, he hasn't really played. Azuma. That other tight end they've had, I mean, you go on and on, dude. You could go on and on. Yeah, I mean, and Rodgers is 39 years old. Yeah. Why can't he open the field? You got to take chances. Josh, you got to take chances. You have nothing to lose now. You've been losing every goddamn week. You're losing every goddamn week. Yeah, I don't know, man. I'll tell you the truth. I think Frank Reich needs to go. I watch Frank Reich. That team's a shit show. These guys are surprised when they get a good pass. Well, the defense, everybody's playing bad now. The defense doesn't look good. Sauce Gardner hasn't looked good. Nobody's looked good. They're not getting pressure on the quarterback. They got blown out again. I mean, the home fans. I mean, I'll tell you the truth. The game this Sunday could be, and I think it's supposed to rain on Sunday. I'm not going to sit at a football game in the pouring rain and not watching shit football in the pouring rain either. That ain't happening. Yeah, McCall Hardman, great pickup by the Jets. Got traded back to KC. 8 catches, 41 yards at KC. He's going to miss the next 4 games with a thumb injury. And Mahomes needs all the help he can get. Yeah. All the help he can get. Yeah, Michigan 30 straight regular season wins, a Big Ten record. What's bound to happen? That they're going to suck the Jets every year? Yeah, that's bound to happen. Oh, that Joe Douglas hasn't had a winning season since they've had him? Yeah, the defense is on the field all game. It's bound to happen. Yes, it's bound to happen. This whole team is self-destructing. I can't believe they're not fighting in the locker room. Well, what did we see? Deontay Johnson got pissed off last week with the Steelers, and they said, hey, don't fuck this up. Guys, we got to keep it T.J. Watt. Everybody, Minka Fitzpatrick, he was pissed about what was happening with the offense, not doing anything. Why hasn't there been immunity yet with the Jets? I don't know how he's keeping that team together. I got to be honest. I mean, especially after this last game. I know Boyle came in and Zach Wilson. I mean, just everything. It's an embarrassment. It's torturous to watch. Torturous. I mean, it's beyond ugly. Yeah. Yeah, just, oof. Yeah, I'm glad I talked to Milton yesterday. 30 straight regular season Big Ten victories. That's a record in the Big Ten for Michigan. They're talking about it was an interception at the end. Listen, nobody has brought up that it wasn't an interception. I'm sorry. You're going to complain about it, Ohio State fans. You had your chances. Ryan Day, 56-7, 1-5 against teams in the AP top 5. Lost his last 3 to Michigan. Last guy to do that was Smith, who went 2-10-1. John Cooper, I'm sorry, 2-10-1 against Michigan in this game. Imagine getting 13 games against Michigan as an Ohio State coach, and you go 2-10-1. They're saying he's gone. I don't know. I mean, Mark Stoops turned down the Texas A&M job yesterday, which I don't know why they'd even want him. He's not that good a coach. But what are you going to do? Yeah, Common Court says it comes down to 1 or 2 plays. Prepare all year long, and your season comes down to a handful of plays, and you don't make them. You do or you don't. You don't make them, which they didn't. Maurice Claret at 12:29 says, we believe in you, Ryan Day. Let's go. 241, Ryan Day, love you, bro, but you got to go. This is why you're paid millions. Can't get paid $9 million and lose 3 straight. Yes, I kind of agree with that. Zach Zinter had surgery, as I said yesterday, over 110,000 at the game. They jumped over Georgia, which we talked about yesterday. Can't do that, man. You can't have them. C.J. Stroud scored a touchdown. More points for J.D. Yes. 13-13. Oh, he's slapping guys in the face. Do they prepare all this stuff? Where they slap? I mean, is this what they all do? Was that something I want to see? Is them slapping one of his players? Was that a football thing or a movie thing or something? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, Michigan 26-1 Big Ten play since 2021. You want to attack them now. J.J. McCarthy wanted to go to Ohio State. He was passed over, and he said, I used to love them. Now I want to kill them. And kill them you did. 24-1 in his career, 2-0. Well, 3-0 really, but 2-0 starting against them. And how about Spencer Holbrook? Last 3 second halves versus the dump, Ohio State. 1 punt, 12 scoring drives. Yeah, that's how you get things done, guys. That's how the cookie crumbles in the right way. Yeah. And I'm not crazy. The 6-6 bullshit is crazy. I'm glad that James Madison got in. I'm glad that Jacksonville State is going to a bowl game. But 6-6 and you're bowl eligible, that is mediocre football to me. That's not football. That's not good football. 6-6 is shit. It's shit. It really is. It's terrible. It's just that's 500. 500 to me is not. You shouldn't be celebrating. I know you get the extra practice and everything, but to me, no, doesn't work. Doesn't work at all. No bueno. Yeah, 6-6 bowl eligible. How about Vatech blew out Virginia 55-17. Now they're going to a bowl because they're 6-6. Bama. Jalen Milroe is a big dude. I guarantee he made a couple million off that play, and he doesn't have to pay for a meal the rest of his life in Alabama, which saves Texas because Texas, that was the biggest win of the year. That loss would have been terrible to a 6-5, to Auburn team, which finishes the year 6-6. I know it's the Iron Bowl, but you can't lose it to a bad Auburn team. Well, listen, New Mexico State is playing for the Conference USA Championship, but still that would have been a terrible loss. Should never happened, but it did. And how about that? Washington 4th and 1 on their own 28-yard line, totally fooled the camera against Washington State on the game-winning drive, and Penix Jr. could not watch the final kick. He looked away. He was too nervous. But that 4th and 1 was a hell of a play. That was like, wow, dude. That was awesome. Arizona blew out second straight Territorial Cup win against ASU, 59-23, largest win ever in Tempe. Oklahoma State had to win. They were down 24-6 at the half, came back 21-3 second half. They went in double overtime, and they're going to go play against Texas. Yeah. And Washington's 12-0. A lot of good teams this year, man. But everybody's saying how much better that, Oregon's coming in hot. But, I mean, listen, they're the 2 best teams in the conference. I feel like, well, and Arizona, because you got 3 really solid teams in the Pac-12. You got and Oregon State's 8-win team. So you have some good, whereas I think the Big 12, it's really Oklahoma State, I felt, had some bad losses. Texas is the best. And Oklahoma, and they did beat Texas, but now you're going to get Oklahoma State, which Hal said they own. So let's see if they'll continue to own them. But, yeah, right now we'll see what happens. It looks like Henry's having a good day today for the Titans. He's running the ball hard. Yeah, Rutgers ends the season on a 4-game losing streak. He says he needs more NIL money. Every goddamn year. I mean, they played like shit. I mean, they were 6-2, acting like, then they played the toughest teams in the schedule. They got blown out by everybody. 6-6 to go to a bowl game. I talk about Saban. How about Northwestern? Fitzgerald fired. They give Braun the head coaching job. 7-5. They beat Illinois. 7-5 after all that happened. You would think that was a team that would have folded. The Jets fold. Nope, they haven't folded. Playing and kicking ass, 7-5. Bama's won 4 straight wins versus Auburn. How about this? Auburn, 11 straight losses versus ranked teams. And there's no 2-loss team in the playoff. That's the thing. If they had lost, there was no, but now that won't matter anymore because we'll have 12 teams next year. But right now, yeah. And Jaden Daniels, how about this? 72% completion, 38-71 passing, 11.8 yards an attempt, 40 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 208 quarterback ranking, 1134 on the ground. That's almost over 95 a game on the ground. 8.4 yards per carry, 10 rushing touchdowns, 50 total touchdowns, 5,005 total yards. Against A&M, they were down early. They went 42-30, 16-24, 235, 4 touchdowns, 11 rushes, $120. They're 9-3. A&M, which I don't know we'll see how that works out at the end. But how about that? That's a season. Jaden Daniels, I think, deserves. I'm tired of hearing that you'd be 12-0 because teams that are 9-3 wouldn't be 9-3 if they didn't have these guys at quarterback. Yeah, so now Texans just took the lead and Jaguars coming down and scoring again. Jags are up 7-3 and 6-4. Wow, that's pretty awesome, man. Oh, so two guys. Oh, he took a helmet to helmet on and the Saints have different helmets, different uniforms today, but he took a helmet to helmet shot. His bell has to be rung on that one. UNC was going for their first 9-win back-to-back seasons, 96-97. They got blown out. I mean, it was 36-7, I think, at one point. They were down 26-7 at the half. Drake May threw for like 200 yards, ran for another 100. Hampton, who came in as tied for the leading rusher, 9 rushes for 28 yards. Oh, they took the guy out for the Saints. That helmet to helmet, I can't believe they kept him in the game. Like, dude, you got to go off. Mac Brown, 2-4 his last 6. He's 7-8 all-time now against NC State. Doran is now 7-4 against UNC and now 3-2 against Mac Brown. Mac Brown has 107 wins at the school. That's a record. And Doran has 81. NC State 6-2 their last 8, but split now they're 7-6. They'd split the previous 12 at Raleigh. But Doran, I mean, that's all they do. They've won 3 straight against UNC. Started off 6-0. They are 8-4, dude. 8-4 in the season. A 6-0 start. Everybody's talking about college football playoff and Drake May and everything. And second year in a row, Drake May just went. How is he the number 2 quarterback out there? I see more problems with his game than anything. He just looks so. I mean, maybe there's no line. But I don't see a fire inside of him. I don't see a fire anything inside of him. He just looks like, he's sleepwalking. I just think the whole team's sleepwalking. And Mac Brown's coming back again next season. Are you kidding me? I mean, every year they start off like barn burners and they go. Pfft. And Jonathan Smith will be the 26th head coach at Michigan State. They lost 42-0 to Penn State on Friday. Yeah, and they're going after Michigan. Shut up. Just shut up. Guys, shut up. You guys had a shitty season. Smith, quarterback, the 2000 Oregon State team. I mean, we'll see what happens. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. I just don't know. Yeah, and Drake May led the ACC in passing yards. Not yesterday. How about Colorado starts 3-0, loses 6 straight to end of the year, finished 4-8. They lost 23-17. And Shadur Sanders did not play with a upper body injury. But, hey, you know what? You guys were the darlings, all the commercials and everything. Since then, you've played like complete shit. So we're going to see what happens. Off-season, transfer portal. We'll see what you can do. But not a great end to the season I know they only won 1 game last year. They won 4 this year. But, geez. What's his name? Trevor Lawrence. You know who could have caught that ball? Nobody. That ball was like 8 feet above him. Yeah. And after nailing the game winner for Washington, kicker Grady Gross goes in the locker room and they give him a scholarship. Thank you, Kyle Bonagura, for that. How about that? You go in, you have it, and then bam, you get a scholarship out of it. It's pretty awesome. Pretty awesome. Love it. Max Crosby, who was doubtful, is going to play. Lane Johnson is out versus the Bills. Cam Robinson ruled out knee injury for the Jags. The Broncos have scored 17 third quarter points this season, the fewest in the NFL. We'll see what happens in that game. Yeah, sure. Time will tell. And San Jose State won 6 straight. They beat UNLV. UNLV 9-3. They all finished 6-2. So they went to a computer to decide the fate of the team, who was going to go to the championship game between them, Boise State, and San Jose State. But San Jose State lost earlier this season to Boise State, 35-27, I think October 7th. That was the tiebreaker. So now it's UNLV hosting their first Mountain West Conference championship game, where Boise State's going for their 7th. And UNLV lost early this season. They got blown out by Michigan, 9-3. Even after they lost 9-3. That is a season. Barry Odom getting it done. And UNLV is playing now in a conference championship game at Allegiant Stadium, which is cool. I think that's really cool that they're playing Allegiant Stadium. I like that. Rangers won yesterday 7-4. I like the helmets, dude. I like the Saints helmets. Come on, man. I like them. Rangers 15-3-1, best record in hockey. 7-4 yesterday over the Bruins. 15-3-1. Ari, Michigan, Messier, everybody, Josh, everybody's got to be ecstatic. Broccoli Rob, 15-3-1. No joke. We're going December 22nd against Connor McDavid and oh my God, should have been another interception for Pittsburgh. Ball got tipped and Jamar Chase got the catch. Look what I found. And one guy's yelling at another guy. They're all yelling at each other. That's pretty funny. SMU won 59-14. Oh, wait, did you see FSU? One of the players was wearing an Apple Watch? I didn't think that was legal to wear an Apple Watch during a football game. But he was wearing it. So SMU won 59-14 over Navy. Tulane will host the American Athletic Conference Championship game. Preston Stone 3 touchdown passes, but left with an ankle injury. That's Saturday, 2 p.m. That's going to be a big one. Both teams ranked now in the AP Top 25. Duke, Elko, they're saying he might be up for the Texas A&M job. 7-5. They beat Pitt. Terrible season, 3-9. Cuse 35-31 over Wake Forest. 6-6. Back-to-back bowl games since 2012, 2013. Yay! Yay! And Iowa is 5-1 this year in one-score games. It won't be a one-score game against Michigan. They got too many veterans that are going to be like, we are not using this as a trap game. We need to beat the living shit out of these teams. Calvin Ridley just got it. That 0 looks really big on his jersey. It almost doesn't look real, the 0 on Calvin Ridley's jersey. But Jacksonville just took the lead again. Trevor Lawrence playing well. It's a good game. Calvin Ridley, third touchdown catch in the last 2 games. But 6-6, another 6-6. So in the last 11 Iron Bowls before this past year, when the games were in Tuscaloosa, 6-0, and Bama had a plus 160 scoring margin. So now we've played the last 6 games at Auburn, 3-3, and the scoring margin for Auburn, they actually lost by 3. It's even. 6 games split, and both teams, same amount of points. That's why they play Iron Bowl, man. Those games, anything can happen. Anything can happen. Yeah, and Brian Murphy said, NC State coach Dave Doran calls for fans to donate to Savage Wolves NIL and Pack a Wolves NIL. 5,000 fans if they do 1,000 each, so we can recruit, retain, and develop in the coming weeks, because December 4th is the portal day where everybody can leave or come and stay. But good God, 9-3. I mean, he's making $5 million a year, and he's begging fans to donate to NIL. That's the world today, man. NIL rules everything. I mean, it's kind of scary how they have to do these NIL deals. Imagine that, imploring fans, hey, if you get 1,000 each, that's a lot of money for people. That's a lot of, you're asking, I mean, obviously they don't have big boosters there because he's trying to keep players, but, it doesn't always work. And Tom Allen, after 7 years at Indiana, went 3-9 this past year, 33-49 in 7 years, $20.8 million. If he was fired before December 1st, if he was fired in 2024, it was $8 million. Indiana football is giving Allen $20.8 million to walk away. Buyout. $20.8 million. And Dana Holgerson, who went 4-8 this year at Houston, 31-28, but 12-13 in the AAC. He's gone. They lost 27-13 to UCF, which 6-6 is bowl bound now. Owe him in salary the next 4 years is over $18 million. So buyouts, I still can't get over Tom Allen. $20.8 million. You know what? Get a job as a college football coach. You'll be doing all right. UVA got blown out by Vatek 55-17, but Malik Washington set an ACC single-season record for receptions. Thank you, Greg Madia. How about this? He had 14 catches for $115, no touchdowns yesterday. The season for UVA on a bad team, 110, 1,426 yards, and 9 touchdowns. That is a season. And arbitrary analytics, I'm getting on. He's all about Nebraska football. They are the 74th team to have a season start and end with the same score. They started the season, they lost 13-10 to Minnesota August 31st. They lost the last game of the season 13-10 to Iowa. Last team to do that was Syracuse 2008. So I thought that was kind of funny. Started and ended the season with the same score in the games. Notre Dame 56-23 over Stanford. Audric Estime had 238 and 4 touchdowns in the game. 238 and 4 touchdowns. 238 and 4 touchdowns. He ran for 13-41, 18 touchdowns. 56-23. They're waiting where they're going to go play a bowl game. Yeah, LSU lost. Hey, listen, they lost to Florida State, Ole Miss, and Bama. Jaden Daniels had to see how much would they have won if they didn't have him at quarterback. But yes, they 9-3. I can't stand Brian Kelly. Bo Nix, they're saying if he has a big game against Washington, he's got the Heisman. Well, he's 23 years old? 39.06, 37 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. He also has an FBS record completion percentage of 78.2. I mean, I remember in Auburn he was okay, but he is blown up since he went to Oregon. And I guess we're going to see what happens there. Yeah, Hugh Freeze, 6-6 with Auburn, all that money. And Peyton Wilson, who actually got recruited by UNC and decommitted to go to NC State. 5th year, he was injured his junior year with a shoulder injury. He's 23 years old. Against UNC, 15 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, a sack and interception. And David Hale says he should be an All-American. I mean, the guy plays his ass off. He looks, he plays with a lot of heart. And 69 tackles, 6 sacks, a forced fumble, 2 fumble recoveries, 3 interceptions, 6 pass defense, scored a TD2 on a pick 6 too. I mean, hey, that's the guys you want. And they're 9-3. And you know they don't have the money. You don't hear UNC, you don't hear Mac Brown imploring 5,000 fans to give $1,000 because he's got boosters. And they've won 3 straight against UNC. It's just scary how bad they are. They're terrible, man. They are terrible. Yeah, $1,000. He says, get the fuck out of here. Yeah, he said asking fans for money because they don't have the boosters, Josh. They don't have the boosters. Look at freaking Texas A&M, $77 million to walk away. Indiana obviously has a lot of money. They're giving $20.8 million for the coach to disappear. The buyouts are crazy. And then NC State, which keeps beating North Carolina, which definitely that's the richer school by and far. Just keeps beating UNC. With Mac Brown making a fucking fortune, I saw last year he bought his house down in the Outer Banks he had, which is that's his summer house. He just keeps making money and he's not giving results. So it just infuriates me, man. Just infuriates the hell out of me. Yeah. And Nebraska, 31 lost turnovers this year, 5 more giveaways than anyone in college football. Yeah, it makes sense. Yeah, Ryan Day, how about that? 56-7, 1-6 against AP top 5 opponents. Marshall 6-6, let go of the offensive coordinator, wide receiver coach, offensive line coach, linebacker coach. They finished 6-6. They're going to a bowl game. But you got to get rid of people. Yeah, Arizona, Noah Fafita threw for 527, 5 touchdowns for Arizona. Big S ecstatic. He was following on ESPN Game Day. And I'm going to say this to Terrio McMillan, who Louis Riddick said will be a first-round pick in 2025, 11 catches for 266, 80 catches, 1242, 10 touchdowns, 9-3. 2 years after Jed Finch, they went 1-11. Trail the best season since 2014 when they went 10-4, lost the Fiesta Bowl to Boise State 38-30, and lost in the Pac-12 championship game 51-13 to Oregon, but they did beat Arizona State that year. So how about it? 9-4, 1-11 2 years ago. Jed Finch getting it done. I remember when he got signed. I remember he was, a quarterback coach with the Pats? That's the best guy on the Bill Belichick coaching tree. I mean, they're having a season, man. Now, can they do it 2 seasons in a row? I don't know. But you know, it's always good to dream, to hope, to wish that things happen again. Will they? I don't know. Louisiana Tech quarterback Hank Bachmeier expects to enter transfer portal. So 2 years ago, he threw for 3,079, 20 touchdowns. This year, 2058, 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. But you know what? Every school needs quarterbacks. Maybe he'll go play at UNC because Drake May's not coming back. And Iowa State in a snowstorm. How did I miss that? They beat Kansas State, who finishes number 19. K-State finished. I didn't watch any of the game. I saw highlights. I was like, they're playing in a snowstorm. It was awesome. It was phenomenal. And I thought he was down. I thought Derek Carr was down. Or was that Taysom Hill? Yeah, Taysom Hill just running the ball. It looked like his back had bounced on the ground. Let me see. Taysom Hill, is he down? Not a chance. Not a chance. That's a fumble. So Iowa State beats them. And true freshman running back, Abu Sama, 276 in the ground, 287 total yards, 3 touchdowns in the snow. But that's when you have to run. You know, you need guys that are going to run in the snow. Kansas blew out, Cincinnati, the downfall. 3-9, 49-16. Kansas 8-4, best record since 2008. They went 8-5 that year. They won the Insight Bowl over Minnesota 42-21. The year before, they went 12-1 with Mark Mangino, won the Orange Bowl over Va-Tech. That was the glory. So Lance Leipold, again, 8-4 at Kansas. Listen, Rutgers 6-6. Kansas 8-4. They can't beat Kansas State though. But Lance Leipold has got it done. Georgia 12-0, third straight year. SEC record, 29 consecutive wins. And a tough one with Georgia Tech. They get Bama. I just can't. I mean, Bama has to play lights out. I just don't see it happening. No. Yeah, and Brennan Armstrong for NC State was benched. The former UVA quarterback. I think he's in his 6th year. He threw for 334, 3 touchdowns. Drake May, 22 of 38, 254, 2 touchdowns, another 106 on the ground. Oof, guys, every fucking year you do this to me. I mean, every year, just yeah. UTEP, Dana Dimmel out after 3-9 season, 20-49 overall. Took a $700,000 buyout. Even that $700,000 buyout. That's nothing to shake a tail feather at, right? That's pretty impressive. Yeah, that's pretty damn impressive, folks. Nets won yesterday. They beat the Heat 112-97. Bridges had 24. But how about this? Spencer Dinwiddie, 502 three-pointers made, 1,776 assists with the Nets, 6 3-pointers, 5th in franchise in assists. The only Nets with 1,500 plus assists, 500 plus three-pointers made are Kidd, Vince Carter, and Spencer Dinwiddie. Pretty impressive. Clips are 4-0 versus the Blazers and Spurs. Everybody else are 2-8. How about this? Chet Holmgren, 16 games, 18 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 2 3-pointers a game, 56 from the field, 44 from 3, 88 from the line, 70% true shooting, which is, they put all those formulas together to figure that one out. Plus minus 94, 6 double-doubles, 2 30-point games, 7 games with 3+ blocks, first player in NBA history, 40+ assists, 35+ blocks, and 25+ three-pointers made. 8-7 OKC. Yeah, except for the beard, I'm okay with all that stuff. Everything else, I'm like, but the beard is a little crazy. But Chet Holmgren, after missing all last season, is getting it done. Yeah. Come on, Saints. Saints, another fumble. Yeah, that was bad, dude. Hawks last 3 games, 152, 147, 136. But they lost the first game because they gave 157 to the Pacers. They're 8-7, 435 points, most since Portland in 1990. Thank you, Justin Kabatko. They played 6:00 tonight at Boston, who are 12-4. They're 8-7. That's a lot of points. That's not a lot of defense, folks, at all. And Daryl Morey, one of 5 execs, at least 150 games over 500. Thank you, Basketball Reference. Red Auerbach, R.C. Buford with the Spurs, Jerry West with the Lakers, and they went to the Kings. He's been helping there. And Pat Williams, Sixers, Magics. He's been all over. He was all over the place. And K-State beat UNC yesterday. First loss of the season. K-State 6-0. And I talked about Samuel Jackson, about Dickinson saying, KU flops, that motherfucker on KU flops like he's on a soccer pitch. Yeah, I'm tired of that shit. And he left too because reportedly he got at least $2 million a year to go to play at Kansas. Oh, right. Mike Evans just scores touchdowns. I think it's his 2nd touchdown of the game. He just flipped the ball out, gave another fan of football. That's nice. Devils, Jesper Bratt got his 300th point as a Devil. They beat Buffalo 7-2. They're 9-9-1. Buffalo fell to 9-10-2. How about Jonathan Quick? 27 saves yesterday, 6-0-1 since he took over. Boston's 14-3-3. Rangers 15-3-1. And Max Verstappen, 19 wins in 22 races. 19 wins in Formula One. That is a record. I'm talking about that. 19 wins. These are the best of the best. And he won 19 goddamn races. That is like, to even process that stuff, you're like, holy shit, that is a lot of wins. And how about this? Tony Gwynn. He had more assists in college at San Diego State, 590, than strikeouts in the Major League Baseball career. He had 590 assists when he was a point guard at San Diego State, and he had 434 strikeouts in his Major League Baseball career. I mean, that's bonkers, right? That's bonkers. Yeah, but Max Verstappen, Jesus, talk about getting it done. Yeah, I mean, unbelievable. I mean, just like, wow, that is crazy. That is bananas. No, that's not what I want. Here we go. All right. What else do I got a bunch of Jet shit. Do we want to talk about Jet shit? Yeah, we got 12 TDs in 11 games. One was a pick six from Brandon Echols last week. This is from Football Perspective. In the 45 games since the Jets drafted Zach Wilson, 10 of the 12 times a Jets quarterback completed 24-plus passes in a game were by a non-Zach quarterback. Flacco, White, Boyle, and Johnson. 29 of the 33 games where no Jets quarterback completed 24-plus passes were Zach. So in 29 of the 33 games where Zach Wilson started, he did not complete 24 passes. And everybody said, well, Boyle got some garbage. It doesn't. I mean, great. Okay, let's take the game away. You're just telling me every time Zach Wilson plays, you know you're not throwing the ball that. You're not doing anything. Over the last 10 years, Sam Darnold, also Football Perspective, Sam Darnold and Zach Wilson both have lost more games where they threw 0 touchdowns and 30-plus passes than Tom Brady. Which, yeah. And Sauce was fined $10,000 for a suplex on Stephon Diggs. Yeah. And some guy, what did Zach Rosenblatt write? That the game, the Fail Mary, the only positive thing to say about Friday's game from New York's perspective is that it ended. Yeah. Yeah, they can try Izzy for a few plays and try to light a spark, but they're saying he can't block. Yeah, he can't block. He needs to be better in pass protection, yeah. Tim Boyle starting. He battles. He said we were able to execute a lot of different things that we wanted to execute. It just didn't come to full fruition. What? I didn't see anything that execute. No, that game you didn't execute anything. All I saw is a lot of, yeah. Oh, Bailey Zappi, another interception. God, they're terrible. This game, 7-7 in the fourth. It'd be great, a 7-7 tie. So New Orleans is 5-5. They are leading the NFC South. Atlanta's 4-6, and they're leading 14-12 with 10:51 left in the game. So you're going to have a shitty team, again, hosting a playoff game, which is horseshit. It's bullshit. Just terrible. Who just caught that ball? Was that Desmond Ridder? Who was that? Oh, that was Drake London. I like Drake London wearing a 5. Yeah, execute. Yeah. 6 games left, 4-13 the last 17 games. As bad an offense as when Gase, Darnold, Frank Gore, and Crowder were the offense. I don't disagree. I just don't know why he would get 3 months after a massive injury. I think they should, I agree. I think they should hold him off to 2024 and just say, okay. Now, this was wild. So there was a company, TCL USA, offered a promotion. They'd give away $1 million worth of free television if someone scored a 98-yard touchdown. Well, then you had the Fail Mary all the way back. Officially went down as this 99-yard interception return by Javon Holland. They held up their bargain. If people were looking for the fine print, they said the fine print did not specify the distance from scrimmage. 84 TVs that normally sell for about $12,000. Winners will be randomly chosen from people who signed up before the game. All right. Saquon Barkley has dealt with lingering effects from the week 2 ankle sprain. He's a warrior. Dable says Jalen Phillips, torn ACL. They have interest, they said, in Derek Barnett, who was released by the Eagles. Oh, Jay Gruden was vicious to Jack Del Rio. He says, how can you have 4 first-round D linemen? Well, you traded away a few of them. A first-round linebacker, a first-round corner, a third-round corner that got paid, and be 32nd in defense. Yeah. And think about all the injuries at MetLife. I mean, he says something there. Nick Bosa, Aaron Rodgers, Sterling Shepard, Bears cornerback Kyle Fuller, Jimmy G, Raheem Mostert of the Dolphins, Wan'Dale Robinson, Solomon Thomas when he was on the Niners, Jabril Peppers on the Pats, and Dolphins, Jalen Phillips. That's a lot. Yeah, Javon Holland said, I've heard the field is trash. I don't disagree. Bijan Robinson just scored again. I don't like that the turf ends and he goes onto the grass. I mean, that's bad. Another touchdown. Bijan Robinson can ball, man. Bijan Robinson is a hell of a talent. Good God, on a shitty team. At least they give him the goddamn ball now. Did he run it or he caught it out of the backfield? Desmond Ridder? That was a pass. Nice pass. Beat everybody down the field. That was a beautiful pass by Ridder. Damn. Ridder, he's the guy. Yeah, that turf sucks. So it's only Mac Jones and Bailey Zappi. They waived Will Grier. Amon-Ra St. Brown he put his head down, and what's his name? J.J. Watt thought it was bullshit. Yeah, so Deontay Johnson and Minka Fitzpatrick got a heated argument after Johnson chirped the coaching staff into the locker room following the Sunday's loss. Well, then they got rid of Canada. And, Minka is never going to tolerate coaches getting – this is from John Ledyard. I respect him a lot. He covers the Bucks. He said he gets Johnson's frustration, but Tomlin felt the pressure, got rid of Canada, did what they had to do. And T.J. Watt and Cameron Hayward broke up the altercation. The team needed to stick together, which they have to do. No T. Higgins today. Most sacks in first 100 career games. Reggie White, 105. T.J. Watt with 91. T.J. Watt's amazing. Then Garrett with 87.5. Talent. Yeah. And J.J. Watt said about, Amon-Ra St. Brown, putting his head down. He goes, if you have to watch a video multiple times to figure out who's at fault, who's in the wrong, you shouldn't be taking $43,000 from someone. This is stealing money. How about best record for quarterback in division games since merger? Minimum 20 starts. First, the AFC West, Mahomes is 29-4 and 88% winning percentage. Brady's was 98-27, which is amazing. 78% of the AFC East games. And Dak Prescott won 78% of his games in the NFC East, 29-8. But, man, Mahomes is destroying that division, destroying it. And I like what Stuart Mandel said about the game. The best games are the ones where you're nervous as hell despite having no rooting interest. Ohio State had one penalty all game. They played against our interim coach. We lost our first-round guard. Want to continue with excuses or just admit you got beat? The college up north, the champions up north. He said, Coach Moore said from the get-go, J.J. McCarthy said he's going to call the most aggressive game he's ever called. That's music to our ears. Thank you, Matt Fortuna. Thank you, John Marcison. I like that. Yes. Ari Wasserman, who covers the Dump, said it feels like the 2019 Fiesta Bowl, which is where they're gonna play in the Orange Bowl, they said, going forward. So we'll see what happens. And Jim Knowles, $2 million coordinator, precisely the time the last series you need him to stop, which they didn't. Nobody cares about holding Minnesota to 3 points. And Donovan Edwards with a beautiful pass in the game, highest QBR in Michigan history. Thank you, Alejandro Zuniga. Yeah. Built for this. Got it done. Will Johnson got hurt. That hurt them. Michigan was 7 for 7 on fourth down the past 3 games under Sharon Moore. Crazy, right? Yeah, crazy. And yeah, college football is great. I mean, the game is always great. And yeah, I mean, hey, that last play, 39 seconds, 4th and 3. Well, he wasn't going to go for it. He wanted to give it back, but hey, he missed it. Happens. They said Austin Meek said Ryan Day is doing the stuff Jim Harbaugh used to do in this game. And what Ryan Day said this week, there are guys with scars, and I'm one of them. Scars of what, dude? Of your own doing? So it just drives you every day to work harder and to make sure you do everything you possibly can to win the game. Well, you didn't. Yeah, you don't. It's over. And I agree with Zach Barnett. Dean Blandino narrates what we're watching. Take a position, Captain Obvious. I agree with that one. And what was this? This is from Eric Oldham. He said, my 8-year-old thinks Kyle McCord needs some helmet stickers taken away for his bad passes. Blake Corum set a single season record with, he got 2 yesterday, so 22 in a season? Yeah, crazy. First player to have 20-plus yard rush on, his 22nd was over 20 yards. The first player to have a 20-plus yard rush on Ohio State all season. Thank you, Sports Source Analytics. Teams that put up more than 2 touchdowns in a game against the Dump this year, Michigan. That's the list. Yeah, and they got that touchdown after Zach Zinter went down. And they showed Michigan showed me a picture in the locker room that in the hospital he was there with Zinter and his family. Yeah. Our guys don't flinch. That's what Sharon Moore said. Ryan, they said I'm just sick. Now, one of the guys, Hard Rock, is one of the guys who met at Olympia. This is from Max Preps. Just remember that Tom Brady was a backup quarterback on an 0-8 freshman high school team and didn't even play. Think about that. That's crazy, right? That's crazy. Unbelievable. Yeah, he got outcoached by a backup. They said he should be up for the Broyles Award. He's done more. He's done more to the team as an assistant, regardless of circumstances. People are like, that's the dumbest thing I ever saw. Listen, hey, first time they won 3 straight. John Fanta. said against Ohio State since 95-97. Rod Moore with that interception. Yeah, I didn't find that he dropped it. Yeah, and this was great. So buyouts. Ross Dellinger. I talked about this. Fired coaches a buyout of $122 million, excluding mitigation, surpassing what's believed to be the record in 2021 and $94 million. Fisher, 76. Allen, 20.8. Holgerson, $15 million. Dino Babbers, they're thinking $4 million, but they're not 100% sure. Arnett, $4 million. Avalos from Boise State, $3 million. And Gonzalez, $400,000. I don't even know who Gonzalez is. But, yeah, so look, I mean, let's be honest here. $76 million, but still, you think Holgerson should get $15 million from Houston? Come on. No, it's ridiculous. This money, it's ridiculous. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It's bullshit. Makes you sick to your stomach, doesn't it? A little bit. A little bit. Got to be honest with you. A little sick to my stomach. Yeah. Oh, and then David Hale posted this. Wins versus bowl-eligible Power 5 teams. Louisville, Florida State with 7. UGA, Washington, Bama with 6. Ohio State, Oregon, Texas with 5. Michigan only 4. Missouri 3. Wins versus winning Power 5 teams. You're bowl-eligible. Now there's winning teams. Washington, Bama with 5. Louisville, Ohio State, Georgia, Florida State, Texas with 4, Michigan 3, Oregon 3, and Missouri 2. And wins against the Football Power Index top 40, UGA with 7. Well, SEC is the best conference. Bama 6, Washington 5, Missouri 5, Florida State 5, Texas 5, Michigan, Ohio State, and Oregon only 3. Yeah, well, Washington, yeah, all the Pac-12, and I forget who they played somebody at the beginning of the season. Got to check their schedule. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, Nick Saban said they practiced the 4th and 31. This is a play we actually work on, but I must admit that you need a little luck. 8 touchdowns this season called back by penalty this season, including two against Auburn. Yeah, and there was a face mask they didn't call early. But they also had a 4th and 2 play where the refs missed a play and they didn't call it. Yeah, which was... That was a bullshit call. When, they said, yeah, what did I? Yeah, I had it somewhere. I lost that. But yeah, the face mask where the refs, they had 3 players go in motion. They didn't call it, which is illegal, and then they let him kick a field goal to go up 24-20. And Saban knows all the rules, so that's bullshit. I love Blake Corum says, like Kobe Bryant said, the job's not finished. Yeah, 4th and 2, 3 players went in motion on the snap against the rules. Refs didn't call it, which, I mean, they're blind anyway, so what do you expect? I mean, come on. I mean, yeah, hey, what are you going to do? Yeah. Arizona, huge win. Want to keep Jed Fitch. Texas A&M Ryan Day if he gets let go. Colorado, Shedeur Sanders set a school record for passing yards, 32-30, but didn't play yesterday. Michigan AD, the whole staff was let go after they signed the new coach. Yeah. I'm not shocked about that. Sarkisian in 3 years at Texas. 5-7, 8-5, 11-1 and counting. Yeah, big. And Brett Yormark's Lubbock comics before the season, he told Texas Tech, do what you did again last year. Steve Sarkisian used it as motivation. Arch Manning came in 2:03 left in the third quarter. Congrats, got the win. Jaden Daniels amazing. UCF, they swept their fellow AAC newcomers and a blowout win. They did blow out Oklahoma State to go to the championship game, 6-6. And I loved what the Kentucky coaches leaving the press box says, have fun at the championship. Let's fucking go. And Jack Pilgrim said, my mother told me that if you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. The score was 30-17 Louisville. They came back to win. That's funny. Yeah, Syracuse, UNLV. Yeah, Zach Mertz. They weren't very good. You had 7 players on offense. This is from, I read this from Frank Fangi. Said no impact players. Way too many times seemed poorly coached. Which, yeah, I mean, I think Gators coach is in trouble. Seen too many times poorly, bad penalties, lack of discipline, unreliable special teams, uncertainty. Billy Napier, uncertainty of when to use trick plays. Play calling improved over the course of the season, but overall Napier and staff seemed overmatched. Because of the ugliness of some of the losses, I sensed the leash on Napier is short, and they gave him a lot of money. He's not going anywhere, but if he doesn't show improvement next year in wins and losses, I guess they're going to buy his ass out. Mertz, if he comes back, that's big. I don't think he was going to go in the draft anyway, so we'll see what happens there. Rice had to win. They beat FAU to finish 6-6 after 5-7 last year. Actually, they went to a bowl game last year because of their graduation rates. So this year, 6-6. Coach Mike Bloomgren, they don't get NIL money at that school, but he gets guys that wins games. And Pittsburgh is up 16-7 in the fourth quarter. That game's going to end. Jacksonville's up by 10 with 9:22 left, and I need some miracles from C.J. Stroud. They're going for on 4th and 1, 9:22 left at their own 46-yard line. Oh, and he's throwing a bomb. Oh, overthrew his guy. Fuck. Damn, that's the end of that one. Yeah, and the 4th and 1 that got the win for Washington, Rome Odunze, 1,326-yard, 4th and 1. They decided to go to their own 28. He faked the handoff, twisted his body, and tossed it to Odunze, who went for a huge run and got the win. Yeah. Missouri, they say, is unofficially New Year's Six bound. They blew out Arkansas. Cody Schrader, former walk-on from Truman State, SEC's leading rusher, 1,489 yards and 13 touchdowns, 217 and a touchdown against, that's crazy, Ole Miss, 10 games, won the Egg Bowl, but they did lose 24-10 to Bama and 52-17 to Georgia. Yeah, which I guess we're going to see what happens there. NC State just keeps winning. Unbelievable. A 9-win mark for the 4th time since 2017, but if they get 10, that would be the first time in 11 years. Yeah, do you know that the last time Indiana football got a 9-win season was 1967? They have never won 10 games in a season. I was like, holy shit. And how about West Virginia? I kept hearing Neil Brown's done. Neil Brown's done. Neil Brown's done. They beat Baylor, 8-win regular season, 6-3 in the Big 12, 4th in the conference. Unbelievable, right? 8-4. I heard he was done. Yeah, and UCLA lost to Cal. 7-5 UCLA, lost to Cal. They got blown out to a 5-6 Cal team. So Cal 6-6, 33-7. Chip Kelly, 34-34 in 6 years. He's done. But how about this? Justin Wilcox, 3 consecutive losing seasons. Hey, 6-6, you're going to a bowl game. Congrats to you guys. Yeah. Nobody cares. Your Liberty with Jamie Chadwell came from Coastal to Liberty, 12-0, 12-0. FBS's worst schedule strength. Said they won't be, even if SMU wins, they won't be able to pass them. That's what they said. All right. Bengals are going. Bengals trying to get a score here, but there's still only 2:33. Mixon just had a big catch. I don't think I'm doing well today. And how about that? The other day, what was this? This was early this week, 13 different NHL teams recorded a win on the road, the highest total in a single day in league history. I think this was Friday. This breaks the previous NHL record of 11 done 3 times. Also ties the record among MLB, NBA, NFL as well, with MLB having this happen 5 different times. With RJ Barrett on the floor, damn, Knicks. Offense is scoring 117 points per 100 possessions. When he's on the bench, they're scoring 9 points less. When he's playing defense, they're giving up almost 102 a game. When he's on the bench, 9 more. His highest individual net rating, minimum 30 games. Barrett is ahead of Devin Booker, SGA, Derek White, Anthony Edwards, and Jason Tatum. Thank you, Tommy Beer, for that one. And how about Steph Curry? 83s this season. Nobody's made more than 60. Halliburton is the only player in the NBA with more 10 assist games, 12, than Fred VanVleet with 8. But Fred VanVleet, 9 assists, only 1.6 turnovers. He's getting it done. Josh Giddey's playing. They're going after him with the relationship with the minor. And Porzingis is out against the Hawks with a left calf strain. Friday's loss to the Sixers. To the Magic, Sixers, Embiid and Maxey each scored 25 points in the same game 9 times this year. The only other duo in 16 games to do it are Baylor and West, and they did that twice. And BYU, Jared Burnson, 6-0. First team last 15 seasons starts 6-0 against D1 opponents while making at least 10 3-pointers in each game. We'll see if it carries over. And Kayla Williamson became the first woman with Down syndrome to complete the New York City Marathon. Thank you, Noble Ron, for that one. Did I miss anything else? Steelers reached 400-yard mark for the first time in 50, never reached it in 58 games with Matt Canada. Interesting. Very nice. Very nice. Very, very nice. Yeah, Ludacris at Falcons game. Congrats to him. Chris Olave has a concussion. I think that's all right. Let me get to some trivia questions. Unless Josh has something he wants to talk about. I don't think I really missed anything today. No, he's quiet. Everybody's quiet today. Milton, thank you again for being on yesterday with me. Last show's trivia question was Packers-Lions 37th appearance on Thanksgiving. Which other franchise has played the most Thanksgiving games, excluding Dallas and Detroit? Bears, 37. Yeah. Detroit and Chicago have played 19 times on Thanksgiving, while Thursday's game was a 22nd holiday meeting between Detroit and Green Bay. The Bears once had their own Thanksgiving tradition, 12 consecutive years from 22 to 33. The Bears played the Chicago Cardinals on Thanksgiving. And the Wolverines set what Big Ten record, which I talked about earlier, after their win yesterday. So thank you, Milton, again for being on. Send love to Michigan, my mom, Mrs. S., Carolyn Carroll, Dom, Hal. Let's see. Come on, guys. Texas, get it done. Josh, man, I hope you don't get COVID, dude. I mean, if the whole family, it's kind of bad. Gumbo Chef, everybody's spread. Talk to Bill, Harris. Everybody, hope everybody's had a great Thanksgiving weekend. And, yeah, it's good times. Good times. Good times. Let me see. Did he send me something else? Yeah. He says, I'm just hearing you listening to rip-off football. News and stats. That's what I am. I'm like a guy on crack cocaine. Okay, so who? Pittsburgh has Kyler Murray, Mac Jones, Gardner Minshew, Jake Browning, Geno Smith, and somebody else. Oh, and somebody else, I think, last game. Maybe could be Flacco. Oh, Cincinnati scored a 16-10. All right, 2:04 left. Let's see. They got a field goal. They didn't score a touchdown. What does it matter? Field goals don't win games. Guys, field goals don't win games. All right, I'm going to go watch the rest of football. Everybody have a great day. Josh, thanks so much for always being here, man. And I hope your family stays healthy. Guys, RK, hope you're well. LG and Ben, UNC sucks, man. I'm sorry. Just sucks. And Milton, all the Michigan fans out there, congrats. Hey, Ohio State, there's always next year, but 3 years in a row. But yeah, it stings. It's a nice thing. I can't stand Ryan Day. Couldn't happen to a nicer guy. I mean, I don't know him at all, but I watch him on the field. He just looks like he's whining nonstop. I'm not a fan at all. Jets suck. Jets are going to continue to suck. Jay, happy birthday. Peace out, everybody. And Max Verstappen, 19 wins in 22 races. Just blows my mind. I also watched some of the Andrade fight against the boxing fight last night. Where the hell was that? The boxing fight last night. Yeah, boxing last night. Why is this not opening? All right. There was boxing last night. Herb Street foul lose it after watching Alabama. I would think so. Washington, FSU follow UGA, Buckeye 6. Hill, number 3 quarterback in 2025. Decommits from Buffs. Indiana fires Allen, reaches 15.5. Oh, only 15.5 billion. Aranda back to Baylor in 2024, but offensive coordinator out. Terry Bowden's out at Louisiana Monroe after 3 years. He had a couple good years at Clemson, but that was about it. And the fight last night. There was a fight last night. What was the... Andrade versus... I don't know if Josh watched that fight last. Yeah, Benavidez. Yeah, he kicked his ass. I had it on. I really wasn't a good fight. I don't know. I thought Andrade's face looked like it was beat to shit, Josh. Yeah. That's why I love Josh is always like, bam, he knows his body. There was no MMA on, though. Yeah, and thank you. Yeah, and avoid it, dude. Avoid it. Do not get that. I don't want you getting that shit. That stuff's scary. All right? Peace out. Josh, I'm going to watch some Red Zone. Peace out, everybody. Have a good one. Adios. Later, Gators.